Hello friends, welcome to this review of the LL Bean candle lantern. It's a very similar design to the UCO candle lantern. They're all basically the same principle and design. I've had this for quite a few years, and I just thought I'd give you my opinion on it and its usefulness in your backpacking system. So, it's like I said, it's a relatively simple design. It collapses. They sell accessories for it, which I'll get into those in a minute. Carrying case, obviously that goes in there. But the way these candle lanterns work is you have a specially designed candle. These are from UCO, and it fits inside here. And let me put this globe down. It fits inside there, and as you can see, there is a metal cone that it comes up through. And anybody who's not familiar with the way these work may be puzzled as to why that is. Well, there's a spring in here. If you can, let's see if we can, yeah, you can see it. There's a window on this particular model with a spring. This actually shows you how much candle is left, so you know when it's getting time to change the candle out. But this spring pushes up on the candle, and the heat from the candle heats up this metal and kind of allows the candle to slide up. It melts the exterior of the candle a little bit so it can be pushed up by that spring. It's kind of a self-feeding mechanism. Instead of the candle burning down into here, it just keeps it up here. So that's the best way I can describe it. Now, it doesn't weigh that much, in my opinion, for, unless you're an ultralight backpacker, you might just take some kind of little LED light or something. But there's a few benefits to having a candle light in your tent. And besides, it's just, in my opinion, candlelight is, it's a lot more soothing to look at than LED light. Although I do also carry LED light with me. This puts off a nice general purpose light so you can see what you're doing. If you're getting older and your eyes are not what they used to be, then it's going to be a little difficult to read by this unless you're right next to it. And I've had this hanging up in the ceiling of my tent many a time, and I've definitely noticed that the finer print items are hard to read, so I usually just bust out my headlamp for reading. But besides just having a nice, I guess, what would you call it, ambiance, you have another benefit that the candlelight provides inside your tent. If it's cold outside, this actually raises the temperature in the tent, a couple degrees, depending on how much of a breeze there is and how many ventilation spots you have on your tent. And it's been my experience that using this in about the same weather and temperature, it helps to reduce the condensation that builds up on the inside of your tent from respiration and perspiration. So that's another reason that I carry this when I'm tent camping. So that being said, let's get into some of these accessories I found for this. And they're universal. They'll fit the UCO models or other similar models. So I found this at REI, I believe. This came from LL Bean, by the way, this particular one. I found this at REI. And what it is a lampshade for your lantern, and it directs the light back down to where it's going to be useful instead of up on the ceiling of your tent. You may not need this if you have a brightly colored tent, but if you have a darker tent, this will come in handy. Now, besides using this in my tent, this has also been used in many a power outage caused by hurricane and inclement weather, things of that nature. And like I said, it puts out a good general purpose light. You can see you're not gonna be stubbing your toes in that situation. So it just goes on like that, as you can see, and then it reflects that light back down. Now, in addition to finding that, I also found a positional reflector, so you can really reflect more of the candlelight to where you need it. And then that just, here, let's take this off so you can see it better. That just hooks on the edge like so. And then there you go. You have, and you can bend this so you can angle it if you need to angle it, not only the direction, but you can angle it up and down. So that's how that works. And then it'll throw that light back into wherever you need it. Now, one thing that bugs me about these lanterns, you may notice there's a lot of wax residue on the globe. And that's not from anything other than my giant bull in a china shop self bumping into it. And when you do that, the wax is pulled up in there and then it just splashes all over. So that's one thing that kind of bugs me about this design, but I guess there's really no way around it. So this just unscrews. There's just a notch that holds it in place. It unscrews. And you can take this globe out. They do sell replacement globes in case you crack this. Now, the one thing I've learned, or the best way to get rid of this wax, in my opinion, has been to just use super, super hot water and just scrub it out of there. And that seemed to work for me. And then as you can see, you have the same principle. It just twists and locks in the base here. And then your candle is inside here. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but there is a metal feed that also goes beneath the candle when you put it in there. Actually, yeah, you'll be able to see it from this angle because it's not all the way up in there. That right there. So there's actually a tray, or whatever you want to call it, that the candle sits on. So the spring, I guess, doesn't melt into the candle, probably would be my guess. The other thing is the inside, as you can see, it does get a little wax buildup, and every once in a while you're gonna have to clean that out. Now, I've done the same method when I come home with the hot water and just melted this wax out of here and scrubbed it out, and that provides for a smoother feed of your candle. Now, if you're out in the field, you could just use a stick or, you know, your knife blade or something and scrape it out that way. That would be a good field expedient way to clean it. I would not suggest doing that on your globe, though. Probably the best thing to do there would just be to maybe hit it with, I don't know, like your lighter, I guess, and kind of melt it out of there, and then while it's still hot, take a cloth to it. But having a little wax on the globe, it's not a big deal for me. It's only when it gets super bad and it's hard to open and close that I actually do anything about it. And then they do sell different types of candles. I've got a pack around here somewhere that's it's beeswax, and it lasts a lot longer and it smells really good, but I couldn't find it. It's probably packed away in a box somewhere. But primarily what I use, if I'm going to be using it outside, I'll use a citronella candle. It has a nice pleasant fragrance too, and you know, people who are aware of citronella, they know that it kind of keeps the bugs away a little bit. And then you just have the regular style candles too. Now, they do sell other brands than UCO, but you can find these online for a reasonable price, a lot less than in your fancy camping stores. And they say that these are good for 9 hours, and I guess that's about right. That's about what I've been getting out of them. So there you have it. That's my review on the candle lantern, this particular one by LL Bean. Actually, let's look on the back of this one before we go. You can see that they sell a candelier model, which is bigger, and maybe you could use this in your house or something. Besides that, I saw, and I'm not sure if it's UCO, I want to say it was, I saw somewhere that they're now making these for tea lights, if you're familiar with the tea light candles. And I kind of like that because it's a lot shorter than this here. I mean, you still have a globe and everything. It's the same size, but it's a lot shorter. And then you can carry a lot of those tea lights. So you know, maybe that would be good if you wanted to be in doing the candle thing with the ultralight backpacking. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like. If you really like my videos, hit that subscribe button. I'll have more videos on the way soon. Thanks for watching, friends.